Good morning. Welcome to In the Mornings with Eddie and Vinny, where we have two ride-share drivers trying to work their way out of ride-sharing through day trading and talking some news. But today it's going to be the AI stuff that I think Nvidia has been doing. You can program your own AI, and the thing is that what can you program it with? What can you do with it? Given that AI on its own is a bad idea, imagine when somebody else can program it to do something else that they want to do. So, all right, let's get into those news.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, Eddie. I have no idea where you're going with this, so I'm gonna let you do your thing, buddy. Just take us away. I'm a
This is
sidekick. I'm a sidekick. I'm a side piece. I'm the side chick. I'm the side hustle to your AI.
is this the reason why Nvidia has basically taken off?
Nvidia's, it's funny because Nvidia's had such a strange and unpredicted journey to get where they are right now in their stock price. But the last $100 or so in in their stock price, yes, has been based on the AI buzzword, buzz phrase.
So they have this workbench. So it says they say they just announced an AI workbench which promises to make creating generative AI a lot easier and more manageable. The workspace will allow developers to develop and deploy such models as various NVIDIA AI platforms, including PCs and workstations. And we're about to be flooded with even more AI content. Perhaps not, but it certainly sounds like an AI workbench will make a model to the whole process, significantly more approachable. So it makes it easier for it's basically a workbench for an individual to create their own AI to do whatever you program it with.
Well, to me, that kind of sounds like you can create your own algorithm, your own set of, X plus Y equals Z type deal.
Yes.
Fun Trader's asking, have you ever used AI for trading? I have not.
Oh,
I mean, I know there. Listen, you can create a script. You know what a script is? A script is nothing but a series of code, and you can put that into your trading in some of your trading platforms, and it will trade for you based on whatever inputs you have in there. If it, say Nvidia moves a 0.5%, you sell. If it drops a 0.5%, you buy. To me, that's artificial intelligence. That's the way I see script right now in the AI as far as trading. As far as creating I don't know, man. I mean, what's the difference? What's the difference of you creating your own script and your own AI? I don't get it.
well, now see, this is another one. See, the NVIDIA has also announced that the fourth iteration of its NVIDIA AI enterprise software platform, which is aimed at offering the tools required to adopt and customize generative AI. This breaks down into multiple tools, including NVIDIA Nemo, which is a cloud-native framework that lets users build and deploy large language models like ChatGPT and Google Bard.
So again, it's creating. Is it true AI? Good morning, Silver Fox. Good morning, Fun Trader. Good morning, Driven Dad. Is it
So,
true AI or is it just code that if you do this, then I'll tell you this based on search engines?
all right, there is,
Because think about it. What is Chat GPT? It's just
yeah,
an advanced form of a search engine, is it not?
good, yeah. Oh, the thing is like, okay, it's now this starts getting really spooky. Good morning. During that, I know, I laugh. I get this, I get what I call the Covington smile. You know, when I know, usually when Vinny gets triggered. I like when Vinny gets triggered,
Really?
but
Really?
this,
Oh my God.
yeah. Listen, this AI is okay. Remember, there was an interview
Listen,
with
listen,
Elon
hold
Musk.
on, hold
There was
on,
an
hold on, hold
interview.
on. Eddie, give me 1 second. Listen, I just want you guys to know. You see this? This is my pill box. Okay. There's a lot of shit and pills in here I got to take now. Don't add no more, Eddie. I'm not trying to add any more pills to my pill box. I
Yeah,
never used to take pills. Now I got a whole goddamn collection every morning.
it's all right. Just as long as you work your way up slowly. slowly.
Free routine. Okay, well, I got my Gig Wars mug this morning.
We gotta do the 3-step process. But listen, a long time. So, well, like with the AIs. So, Elon Musk explained. He's like, you can. They were using drones, basically security drones. All right,
Okay.
for whatever high person, whatever you could do. Anyway, the idea was that he was talking about that you could just take a camera from the phone. You can just take the camera from the phone, pull it out, put the chip in there, put it on a drone, connect it to a Facebook to recognize someone's face. And if you can if you could program your own AI to it, especially at home, you know how creative we're gonna get. There was an issue with Elon, with somebody hacked into one of the car's chips, okay, which are supposedly unhackable. All right, they hacked it. What happens to be is that Elon hired hackers to hack into the chip so they can patch it up. In which they did. They were actually able to get the $15,000 AI, that the self driving one, the $15,000 that you pay for. They were able to bypass it. Okay, by putting in there like an error or something. I don't know what it was, but he hired people to hack into the system, and then so they can patch it up so people can't get it. The thing was that it was hackable. It was hackable, and the little chip that you want to put in your head, I know it's supposed to be encrypted to be unhackable. All right, but the way that we are in our curiosity, it's going to be really hackable. And now, if you can take one of these chips and you can actually reprogram it, what can you reprogram it with, and what can you put it on?
Well, I mean, anything that has a computer, anything that has an electrical connection, I'm gonna really make this is just me though, right? This is just me thinking out loud. Anything that has an electrical connection can be manipulated.
Uh,
Anything, any type of electrical connection can be manipulated in its simplest form, which would include if you put a Neuralink in your brain and you hook up you come home like the Matrix and you sit back in your chair and all of a sudden you're there and right in the back of your neck. I think I think it is. I think you can be manipulated. I think you can be hacked. That's just my opinion.
they can all be hacked. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah,
It
I think it
doesn't
can
matter what
all
it
be
is.
hacked.
It can be hacked. We just improve it, because we just keep going at it. We just keep going at it until we figure it out, and eventually it's like, oh look, I used to do that with Samsung phones. I used to buy Samsung phones all the time, and I was able to reprogram them and put other people. I can put other operating systems in it. You know, it was so easy. I just
Well,
download the programs of somebody else. I was able to go into the not the developer mode. Uh, it was basically the little screen when it turns yellow on the screen, and then I
okay.
can upload an image, and that image was the new program. And
Okay,
I
because that was
do that. I used to do that all the time with my phones, because of phones every 2 years, for some reason, your phones got really slow, and they will force you into buying another phone. So they were like automatically, they were saying that it's because of the upgrades. The upgrades makes your phone slow. I was like, okay, stop doing the damn upgrades. The updates.
well,
And then I was hacking into them, but it was like easy. It was so easy. I got instructions from a website, and I was doing, and it worked every single time. There's this thing called breaking the phone, and you break the phone, and your screen goes black. And then that's it. You ain't got nothing. All right. But I was able to actually do that, and then I was able to hack it, which are actually things that even the store text couldn't even do. And this is just me in my house with my little cheesy laptop that I had.
well,
I
I
know, but,
mean,
but this
yeah,
AI,
you can definitely like I said, I think anything with an electrical connection can be manipulated and hacked. That's what I think. That's just my opinion. It's funny, Eddie. What happens? Does art imitate life, or does life imitate art? And what's going to happen when? Because it's going to happen. This is going to happen, right? Somebody finally was able to hack a Tesla, right? They were able to hack a Tesla. right? And that's what Elon wanted, was they wanted somebody to come in there and try to hack the Tesla so they could figure out how it can't be hacked. What is this? Mini me and Zuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when
So
he blew up.
I actually heard somebody was talking yesterday. They think Zucks would take Elon in a fight.
Yeah, I don't know.
Zuck is like 5'9". Elon's like 6'2", 6'3". Elon's got him by about 100 pounds.
Yeah, but he's got
Zuck does judo. Zuck does judo. He's supposed to be a badass.
Yeah, no, I mean, how do you?
Huh?
I mean, putting trains all the time.
Listen, bro. Both of these assholes. They're both banana heads. You know what I mean? They're both banana. They both, between the two of them.
I think Elon should be scanned to make sure he got no chip in his head.
Wait a minute.
Absolutely no cheating.
Between the two of these banana heads here, which one is doing more to serve mankind, and which one is doing more to be self-serving?
Oh, okay.
Who's self-serving and who's actually trying to help mankind? And to me, that's the difference in just everything about these two jabronis, these two banana heads.
Yes, Suck is going internal. You know, Elon is going external.
I'm just saying, you know,
He's trying to suck everybody into this system. Okay, Elon wants to expand his.
well, yeah, you know, yeah. So Neuralink reminds me of Johnny Pneumatic. Yeah, Silver Fox, there are so many movies that we can think of where they've tapped into our neural net, our brain waves and our neural net, and there are so many. Johnny Pneumatic was one of them. That was actually a pretty crazy movie. You know, what was the other one? Oh God, Jesus. There's so many of them. The one I'm thinking of, I can't think of right now. Where they going? Well, The Matrix is always going to come to mind. God, it'll come to me. But yeah, bro, it's bad. Zuck sucks. Yes, he does, bro. He's been a thief all his life, right? He's another Bill Gates, man. He's a knockoff Bill Gates. He took somebody's idea and convinced somebody else to fund it, and now he thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, just like Bill Gates. Bill Gates couldn't code. Bill Gates bought Windows, and then he sold it off. You know, he's another fake ass.
Let me bring this into the light of AI, because I have known about this company for a very long time, and there is a reason why I like. So basically, this is an EEG, which I don't even know what it stands for, but it's an EEG headset. You can put this headset on, and it reads your brain waves. Let me say it again. It reads your brain waves.
Okay.
And you can program this into your computer. So if you want your computer to do something, what you would do is you will program that particular brainwave that you get on your brain. You program it into the computer. It makes a list. So every time that brainwave pops up on your headset, it'll read it, and then it will do the action on the computer, which you can actually play video games this way. Okay. Now,
well, there's a program, and I want to remember. I can't remember if it's on Prime or if it's on Paramount, called The Peripheral. And Peripheral just finished its first season. And that's what they do, bro. They hit you up with one of these headsets, you throw it on, and it's supposed to transport you into another time frame, into the future or the past or whatever. Again, we're talking like what Silver Fox is talking, virtuosity, you know, Johnny Mnemonic, Transcendence. I mean, there are so many movies.
Transcendence, I'm telling you.
Transcendence with Johnny Depp, right? Yeah. So when you start looking at all of these things, that's why I asked, bro, does life imitate art, or does art imitate life? What are we, or do they both commingle?
But here is the thing with the headsets. When I was watching these videos, when you put it on, there's a character that pops up on the screen. It knows if you're blinking, it knows if you're smiling, and it knows that you're talking. All right. It knows which direction you're looking with your eyes, the movement of your eyes. And it sees it, and it duplicates on the machine without you even programming it yet. It automatically knows. So everybody's senses the machine picks up the same brainwaves every single time because that's just the brainwaves going out. I send them an email. And the email stated, I was like, well, if this headset can read brainwaves going out, what makes you think that somebody can't from the outside read those brainwaves coming into their system? And they go, well, if you feel like somebody else is stealing your information, then you should shut it off. So the thing is, it knows it knows what it knows your movements already. So in other words, everybody is feeding the same brainwave. So let's say you're thinking about a code. Okay, you're thinking about numbers. The brainwaves the numbers from 1 to 0 are going to be the same brainwave. So anybody can read the brainwaves. Okay, bank account number, nuclear
Okay.
codes. Are you following what I'm saying?
I
So
do.
with the neural link Nvidia, if you can hack into it now, okay, let's say I pick up an Nvidia and I start designing my own code. I can have the code into my computer that anybody that puts any one of these headsets on and has a neural link can hack into it, okay, and get any information that I want from anybody. You know the Tesla bots.
Yeah.
Tesla bots. You can program it to do anything. Now I'm
Well,
thinking of worst of the worst. I'm thinking like the worst thing you could do.
let's think about this for a second. What exactly is AI? AI is supposed to be artificial intelligence. In other words, it's supposed to operate independent of its programming, not within the framework of its programming.
Mm-hmm.
Artificial intelligence is when a machine becomes self-aware. So I mean, I don't like the idea that they use the term AI unless it can become self-aware.
Well, we need to build it first before it becomes AI, right? I mean, just let it go.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is like we're talking about.
I mean,
Oh
if you
man,
think,
this shit's deep,
okay,
bro. This
if you
shit's
think,
way beyond my pay grade.
oh, listen, you know that the Tesla bots with the neural link, you can actually link your neural link that you have in your head to the neural link that's actually on the bot, and you can control it. Now, the thing is, do you become like a surrogate to the bot, or is it like a remote control type of thing?
Eventually,
But the bots are coming. They're coming. No matter how you look at it, these AI bots, they're coming. And then with this Nvidia own generating AI, whatever, and they're gonna say it's like, oh, it's not supposed to be that. I was like, sure. But again, that's being like very, very, very negative. I'm not looking at the positive side of it. There was one thing that the rumor is that the Neuralink is because of the AI. So the AI is out there and it's loose. All right, and then sooner or later it's gonna start creating havoc. And this rumor was that the idea of a Neuralink by Elon is so we can combat it. So we become cyborgs, you know, but we still have that human aspect to it. So if an AI comes in and starts doing something, it can be predictable because it's an AI. It's a machine that it's just it's got to follow certain code. And then us as humans, we don't need to do that. We can you know we can confuse it, I guess, and we can fight it back.
right? Tesla
Uh,
bot fights. Jimmy Denson's after yesterday's show. You know what? You're right, bro. After yesterday's show, we for sure need a weather update. You know what? You know what? We're gonna do one right now. I'm gonna do the all-time favorite weather update. All-time favorite, number one on the show.
Today's weather is brought to you because we know it's always hot as a motherfucker. And if you do rideshare, I know you had your ass. And them motherfuckers never tip you. And that's why it's always hot as a motherfucker right now. And that's your weather report with Eddie and Vinny in the morning.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Like you can't beat Jeff, bro. You cannot beat Jeff and his weather reports. I got a couple more. We'll do a couple more. I appreciate you, Jimmy, for throwing that out there, man. Yesterday's show got off the chain, bro. Yesterday's show went
Yeah,
Whew.
yeah. We like it. Yeah, Vinny got red really fast, bro. Lobster.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it took a lot out of me, man. It took a lot
it's,
out of me.
I don't know if you guys
Y'all
ever
know I
seen
ain't
this
healthy
show.
yet. Y'all
No,
asses know I ain't healthy
okay,
yet, but Eddie will absolutely stir that fucking pot. That's what Eddie does. Eddie likes
but
to see me get all.
it's okay. It's okay. Worst case scenario, the Neuralink, which is mainly used for medical purposes right now. You could be superhuman. All you do is apply. Okay, and you get your own Neuralink.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Anybody see this show called Altered Carbon?
Yep. Great
Is it?
show.
Yeah, I freaking loved it. Loved it. There is a little chip on the back of their necks which takes their consciousness and you can basically put it into another carbon person. Okay, and you can become anything you want. Whether you want to become a female, there you go. You want to be in a female body, they put you in a female body. You want to be in a male body, boom, they put you in a
Yep.
male. You want to be in a military enhanced body, they can put you in a military enhanced body.
Yep.
It's kind of like cloning right now, where like you're allowed to clone animals, but you can't clone humans. It's illegal to clone humans. But the thing is, you can clone humans. The mice that they use for experiments? It's human DNA. They clone the mouse, but the mouse has human DNA in it. So
Well, I
we can
mean,
see the effect.
they've been able to grow human body parts and things like that all over the place, with mice and pigs and things of that nature. By the way, good morning, commuter. How are you, brother? But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm telling
they've been doing this stuff forever, man. This is nothing new.
you.
Jimmy's like, thank you, sir. That gets a smile on every. Yes, yes, yeah, Jimmy. That bro. Woo! Here we go. The
Uh,
animated Ghost in the Shell is scary because I saw things that in that cartoon in the 90s that we have right now. I mean,
yeah,
we start looking at look at Dick Tracy, bro. Right here you go, something our parents grew up with, Dick Tracy, right? Now, if I want to, I can have if Richie says I'm the hardest person, I'm harder to get in touch with than the president, right? Well, see, Richie, you played right in, bro, because all you had to do was call my Dick Tracy watch phone and I would have answered. But instead, you called my phone. But if you call my Dick Tracy watch phone, it'll ring, my brother. I'm going to talk to Richie. I'm going to talk to Richie Hustles today, bro. We've been playing that hit or miss shit. Like he wants to date me, I want to date him, but we just can't get it together. No homo.
yeah. No, well, we are extremely, extremely busy doing all these things, which we're gonna get into in a little bit about what everybody else is doing with this gig stuff, and the pivot. Talk about the pivot, but this AI stuff. Listen, it's coming. It's just how you gonna adapt to it. I've always said, Neuralink. Neuralink is supposed to be like little shops on the side of the road that you can just go into and be like, oh yeah, just install it on me. And it's mostly not going to be a dock. It's just going to be a machine that you just lay it on and it just puts it in your head and that's it. And it's not considered to be surgery. It's not surgery. It's not brain surgery.
No,
It's just
no.
it's cosmetic. It's a cosmetic procedure. you know. But then then it comes a little like what happens if the battery leaks? What happens if you get a faulty one? What happens of all these things? So, and the reason why, and as far as I understand, the reason why they call it Neuralink is because the chip is designed to work like neurons. So the transfer of information, it uses very, very little electricity, and that's why they call it Neuralink, because it's neurons in the chip. That process the information. It's not actually like real electrical stuff like we use on chips right now.
Well, I like I say, I don't know how I'm going to feel about putting these chips in, but I tell you what, I am looking forward to. I am looking forward to veterans or those that are disabled, that if they can find a way for these Neuralinks and computer chips and whatever to help restore functionality to folks. I mean, I would be for that as long as they're for that. I would be a little afraid in the future of cyborgs, but listen, this is the way we're moving, right? This is the way we're moving. Our grandparents never saw these things coming. They never saw these phones coming.
No.
They never saw the average Joe like you and me and everybody in the chat being able to just create our own broadcasting network, because essentially that's what we are now. Between the Rideshare Garage, In the Mornings with Eddie and Vinny, right? Jeff's channel, my channel, Eddie's channel, Steven's, Ron's, Kiera's, all our channels, right? The Discords. I mean, we're basically our own broadcasting networks now. So, what happens moving forward is based on the actions that we take. And if the consumer, if they find if they find value in what we're bringing to the table. Our grandparents never saw none of this. Like, I'm streaming live. Think about this, bro. You guys are watching me and Eddie stream live he's from Texas, I'm from Florida, and we're streaming globally. If somebody wanted to tune in from China, Russia, Japan, Guatemala, whatever, Hawaii, whatever, right? Australia, they can do that. By the way, that's an interesting, I want to touch on that topic real quick. But anybody can tune in where we are, right? So, I mean, where do you think we're going to be in 30 years? My grandkids, right? I'm expecting my third grandchild any day now. Any day now. Little bubbly boy, little bouncy girls getting ready to pop out for my son and his wife. And, like what's in store for them in 40 years, 50 years? Is Neuralink going to let me live longer? Are they going to be able to tap into my heart and clear my heart? I mean, what are we doing?
Not getting into it, because if it can reprogram your brain, can it reverse aging? Or basically stop it over?
You never know. I mean, look at my heart. Now, my heart, right? There's one valve that was all clogged up or whatever, and it kind of branched itself off and built another branch. I don't know how solid that second branch is, but my heart repaired itself with the one artery. The other artery is the one that caused me the heart attack, and that's the one that I had to have help with. But if the human body can replace itself, if your nails can continue to grow and replace themselves, you got 7 layers of skin, with a layer of skin always coming off when you take a shower, depending on if you use a washcloth or not, right? You have all of these regenerative features in the body. So now if you can come in with a Neuralink or a computer and actually facilitate and train your DNA and your cell levels, whatever, blah, 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 who's to say you can't? You guys remember the movie Bicentennial Man? I mean, there was a robot that wanted to become more human. So he developed parts to replace his robotic parts to act like human parts. And finally, he had a death. So I don't know. It's a crazy conversation for sure, bro.
Yeah, it is a crazy conversation. This is what I'm talking about.
For sure.
This is the stage. So the idea of it's a monkey wires up a monkey to play video games using its mind. This is one of the test subjects. There were some side effects with the monkeys. I don't know if it was after they took it out or while the Neuralink was still in there. See, but this goes back to you can program an animal to play video games. Okay, or with the ability to learn to play video games. An animal. Okay, and now imagine those little bot dogs that they buy, that they use to go into very dangerous places. Okay, what if you can skip the robot at all and you can just implant a chip into one of the dogs? Oh, the military uses. Look at what's going on with spying. Look at what's going on with. They kidnapped my dog. They put a chip in it and they program it to send information. And the dog stands by me every time I'm talking business with Vinny. Huh? See? Start getting really creative. Yep. But he put the chips on the monkeys, and then the monkeys were able to play video games.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, because chimpanzees, monkeys, gorillas are not that dissimilar to us, right? That's where they think we kind of evolved from. Depending on what scientists you talk to, whether you're talking scientists. Well, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, bro, we came from someplace.
Correct. I think
Let's just keep it real, bro. We came from someplace. We didn't
Monkey.
just whoosh out of the fucking dirt.
It's just we have. I think we have more relation. We get along more with the dolphins than we do with monkeys.
Well, dolphins are just goddamn intelligent. Monkeys are
Correct.
intelligent too, but they're in their own way.
Someone said that if we were an evolution of monkeys, we would look more like Bigfoot right now. And I was like,
my
damn,
God.
there's some hairy people out there.
Neuralink is going to help people eat smarter. Go to a Denny's, get a meal that's 2,300 calories for breakfast, and wonder why they're tired all day. Bought hot dogs. Richie Hustles. Yeah, I had this up, bro. I wanted to. As a rideshare driver, how do you handle health insurance and retirement, bro? You know what? That's something we need to have. We need to have a real conversation about that, because a lot of oh God, Eddie.
Yeah, no, see, we're going back
I
into
don't know if
the
I want to get into this today or if I want to get into it tonight, but it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had. Just the overall state and health, especially after, last week we had Uber earnings. Yesterday we had Lyft earnings. And you know what both of those companies had in common? You know what both companies had in common after their fucking earnings? They both didn't, they both showed a profit on their earnings per share, but neither company made as much money as they thought they were going to make. And that's with them now scalping drivers even more. And they still couldn't generate enough revenue, even though they're taking more from drivers now. So,
I think 401ks are like, it's a dead end. I think 401ks, I mean, it's basically Vanguard and BlackRock. Same companies that reinvest into other companies that you really just don't want to be involved in. IRAs, I mean, it was made up. Someone made up the Roth IRA and the IRA. I did have I did have a 401k, but I cashed out of it and I put it into an IRA. But then with the unfortunate events that happened in my life, I had to cash out, including this last event that happened. I had to cash out again to pay for my bills. So it's been a lifesaver, but it's just like, what's the point? They're gonna keep making me drain my accounts. So that's why I take my money and I reinvest it into other things. When it comes to private insurance, you're gonna have to go private. My insurance was 500. I had to cancel it. Everything is getting so expensive. So now I have to find an alternative. And do not get health insurance through Uber and Lyft. Do not get health insurance through Uber and Lyft. This right, whatever. Because if they can shut your account off, what happens when they shut your account off? Do you still have medical?
that's right.
They lie all the time. They
All
lie
the time.
all the time, and they steal.
All the time. Yeah.
And they're just gonna take they're just gonna take your health insurance money. They're gonna steal it. Okay, and and then something happens to you. They go, well, your account was shut off because this happened and all that stuff. And then while you're speaking to the lawyer, so you get your benefits and all that stuff, you're probably gonna die. You're gonna be in bed in your deathbed. Okay, and they're gonna wait for you to basically, they call you deceased, so they can keep the money. So no, if they offer insurance
Well,
and that,
this is what happens, right? Like I've got a bridge to cross here next week, right? My pension becomes due next week, right? My union pension. I have the ability to start to collect that union pension next week. And I got a call and I'm going to see what hoops I got to jump through. And there's a little bit of history why I will probably, start to draw on that pension next week, because something that happened with my dad, right? My dad passed away at 55. He never got to see a dime of his pension. Right. And so I want to make sure that, fuck, man, I put in all those years on that job. I want to get my bread. And as we just saw 2 weeks ago, I'm fortunate to be here. I might not have been here. Right. And who knows what my family would have had to go through to get my goddamn pension. So, it's like you said with 401ks, you don't manage your 401ks. And I tell you something else about your 401ks you need to pay attention to. Go try to close that some bitch. You better make sure you know what you're signing when you sign up for these 401ks. Some of them don't ever let you out. You can borrow against it. Some 401ks you can borrow against them and use your 401k as security. Other 401ks you can't just shut down. You know what I mean? So you have to be so careful with all these different plans. Like Richie says, well, health insurance, you're going to need to go with the government. I will never go with anything the government offers. Ever, 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 ever.
What's going on now? What's going on
Hey,
now with
we're gonna see how much the government's gonna pay for my fucking medical bills that I just incurred. We're gonna see how much they're gonna pay. Under the last administration, I was in the clear. Under this administration, I'm not in the clear.
Yeah,
We're gonna see. We're gonna find out.
Obama's
Anything with the government, it might work for some people, bro. Some people it might work for them. For me personally, I won't have nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with the government. Nothing. Zero, zilch, nothing.
By the way, somebody in Florida won that jackpot. They got.
I don't even get into that, man. Dr. C's like, what's retirement? Modern day Americans, right? Yeah. When I go into Walmart, which is far and few between, but when I do go into Walmart and I see senior citizens standing there, welcome to Walmart. Like, unless they want to work, they, at this point, they should be enjoying their lives a little bit. They should be able to fall back on whatever pensions they have. They should be able to fall back on Social Security because they've been paying into Social Security all their fucking lives. Right? But the more the government gets involved, the more they borrow against. Bro, we just turned $33 trillion in debt. All we're doing is kicking the can down the road, bro. My grandkids, your grandkids, our great-grandkids.
I wonder if that Neuralink can cure this
shit. Huh?
I wonder if that Neuralink can cure disease.
I'm sure it's going to be able to cure some things. I don't know how. I don't know what. I'm more concerned not necessarily with disease as it is. Richie, I'm not going to argue with you about this. I just said, if you want to go with the government, God bless you. I support you. I'm telling you, I'm not messing with anything that says government issue on it. That's it. We disagreed. That's it. There's no argument.
They will
you go with Obama. I signed a check. I shouldn't have to pay for dick. Not a fucking thing. Okay? But that doesn't always work that way. That doesn't always work that way.
The Obama plan in PR. It was doing real good. It was doing real good, the Obama plan. They were giving everybody free phones and tablets and all that stuff. Anybody could apply for it. And I was like, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
Do me a favor, Eddie. Do me a favor. Okay, do me a favor. No, I'm not furious, Chris. I'm straight. I'm good, man. I'm actually pretty calm today. Yesterday was a whole another thing. Yesterday was a whole different thing. And y'all gonna get a rant tonight. I hope to God you guys tune into the Rideshare Garage tonight. I was talking with Eddie about this before the show. Y'all might see some fireworks tonight. I'm gonna definitely piss off one or two people in the world in the YouTube space tonight. I can promise you. I'm gonna piss them off, and I rightfully don't give a fuck. They can't whoop my ass. Right. And if you can, all right, God bless you. You better kill me because if not, I'm coming back. We know how this world is. No, I'm joking. But I'm definitely going to piss some people off tonight. I'm going to swing on some people tonight. Not virtually swing on them, not physically swing on them. I'm too old to fight. I don't fight. I shoot. Anyway, but y'all tune in tonight, 9 o'clock tonight at the Rideshare Garage because I promise you, I'm going to piss some people off. Because you know what? It's time to have a reality check in the gig space. It's time to really have a reality check in the gig space. Some of these gig tubers, some of these YouTubers, some of these channels, they need to get checked for their bullshit. Ain't nobody got a problem checking me, and I'm always willing to. Hey, if I'm wrong, let me know. But y'all gonna learn tonight the difference between people that's trying to help you and people that's just grifting off you. You gonna learn that tonight. Anyway, Eddie, I'm going to go get some iced tea, bro. By the way, y'all check out Gig Wars Official. They're in my link below if you're on my channel. Check out their merch shop. Also, check out Gig With It and all of their stuff that they got going on in their merch shop. It's a nice mug, man. It's better than our mug. Only theirs was white. It's not better than our mug. They just got it both sides. That's all. I still like our mug. Did you go get your mug from your virtual freaking mailbox? That I reached out. They said no, it was delivered.
Not
So
that.
now you tell me I got to give you a refund because your virtual office stole your coffee mug. Somewhere, somehow, somebody's like, nobody cares. Work harder, Eddie. Buy another one.
That's not, I didn't say anything the whole entire time. It's no big deal.
It is a big deal.
But this is why we try to pivot out of this. I don't know if you guys have, hey, by the way, if you just open a website and you just put whatever on it and just put it with AdSense, as long as people go visit it, AdSense pays you just to have ads in there. It automatically puts it in there. With this whole gig thing that's going on, by the way, I've been getting really lazy with my work habits with ride sharing, but it's because I have a little bit of additional income coming in on the side as long as I keep advertising it. But I've been taking it really easy, but the time that I take off, I'll be using it to basically increase everything else that I've been working on. So in between the channels and my ebook sales and stuff. And I can't believe the strategies on my ebook they're all still the same. They're all still the same. The only difference that I'm doing with my ebooks now, I'm including even more apps. I'm including more apps to increase my income.
Well, Thomas says, I need another Vinny rant. I can feel it. Bro, I love my brothers. I love all my brothers and sisters out there. I do. I love all you guys. Y'all ain't getting me to rant today. No, I'm gonna save it for tonight. Oh man. Hey, bro, you're not lying, Thomas. Football starts here. We got our first preseason game here in Miami. Friday night, Joe Robbie Stadium, Friday night, preseason game number 1. The only thing is, bro, I don't like it, Brad. They're always dogging my Dolphins, dude. Like, we got to play a game overseas again this year. So that's one less game we're going to have here. So drivers make less money. There's 3 preseason games. 2 of them are on the road. Only 1 here. I don't understand this stuff, man. It's like we always get bent over, bro. We always get bent over in South Florida.
This is the Neuralink. This is the machines that are being built that install the Neuralink into your head.
Kind of looks like the little chamber I was just in when they went through my arm there. Look at that, bro. Still got
This
the
is
scar. I don't know if you guys can see it.
a Neuralink site that I've been following for some time now. They keep talking about the project that's been going on with Neuralink.
I can't show you guys the scar right there. But yeah, it looks like one of those deals, man. We just get in there, they lay you out on the table, strap you in, whoop, right up your arm, do what you got to do. Let's see what else is going on in here. Invisible River Ranch wants to know what's going on with the 3D printer today. What did we make today there, Edward? Uh-oh. Ain't no babies. Ain't no baby. Why did I read this comment? I should not have read this comment. Here we go. Michael Fortner, I don't disagree with you. I just cannot put your comment up on the stage. Whoa, what is that? Is that a soap tray?
Name this movie. Who can name this movie? Vinny, this is your time, bro. This was in your time. Who was this movie? Dude, I saw this and I had to print it because it was one of my movies. It was so awesome. But it was about this. Come on, somebody say it. Somebody say it.
It's not the 3 shells. It's not Men in Black.
It's not a shell. Well, it's supposed to be chrome and shiny. It's supposed to be like a chromish, shiny, very shiny.
Men in Black?
No. What the hell is wrong with you? This is back in the day. I think it's like in the 80s. Back in the 80s.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
Not E.T.? Cocoon?
I know.
I think this is a Puerto Rican movie.
Nope. Back when I lived in, I think it was New York.
Are you going to spill the beans before half our audience disappears, or what are you going to do?
You guys never seen this movie? Where is it?
Oh my God.
You guys got to talk. Oh, see this?
Thomas says we got Beyonce on the 16th at Raymond James, and after that, it's Bucks preseason home game. Yeah, Beyonce's coming down here too. The
You
hell
guys
is
never
that?
seen the Navigator?
The what?
The Navigator.
Never even heard of that movie, bro.
Oh, dude, this is like in the 80s movies.
Never even heard of it.
It's so awesome. So this was a basically it looks like a UFO, whatever they got caught. But it was an AI. It wasn't whatever.
Oh
But it
my
was
God.
oh,
Did
it
he-
was so
did he-
awesome, and it could do that. See, I could have printed this one out, but I was like, no, I'll print out the original right here. It's called the Navigator.
Oh my God. I don't know what to tell
Oh,
you.
shout out the Navigator.
I'm
Dude,
sorry, y'all.
Awesome.
I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years. All right, what else is going on? Morgan approved dollars. Oh, Rich. Oh, see, now Richie wants to start some trouble. Richie, well, if the Dolphins were any good, no one would give them ish. Clearly a six-ring Pats fan. All right, Richie. Okay, Richie. No problem. No problem. But you know, we do live in a world of what have you done lately? And right now, I said that I wanted to get a show started. I really did. I wanted one of these guys to start a sports show. Omar, Richie Hustles, myself, and we get a Buffalo Bills fan. Richie, Omar is a New York Jets fan. And you know, between Buffalo, the Dolphins, AFC East, you know, we could have some fun. We could have some fun with that once a week. But yeah, you guys won't be winning anything anytime soon. Race, man, there were some good movie answers here. Cocoon, The Day the Earth Stood Still, Race to Witch Mountain. Oh wow. Driven Dad. Uber and Lyft surge packs, but don't give us any. Taylor Swift, no surge when she was here. I'm telling you, it's insanity. Like you look at your Uber, like I've been going out at night for a couple of hours trying to catch, and I've been catching one, maybe two rides because it's like dead at night, bro. Dead. But dude, did you guys notice how Uber changed the gray clouds to more of a white cap mountain now? White cap clouds instead of the gray clouds. They heard us bitching that the gray clouds were depressing, so now they make them brighter and brighter and brighter, and still not giving any search. It's like it's insanity, bro. Yeah, I'm excited for Tua too. He put on a couple of pounds. Hopefully, he strengthened up a little bit. Hopefully, they can keep him upright this year too. You know, the Dolphins have always had that problems. You know, short circuit. There you go. I got the short circuit one.
Yeah, shorts. I don't know if I could do that. Short circuit. Doesn't even come close. How the hell you get short? I mean, talking about this short circuit from short circuit? No way. You guys ever seen that movie? Can't believe this stuff. That's my history right there. Stuff that I used to watch. It was some good stuff. By the way, anybody else in here, besides Richie, that's been doing some little things on the side to make some additional money? Actually, that little side hustles that we do,
That needs to be Sunday's show.
That needs to be our retirement.
All right. So Sunday, 2:00, we got the Pivot Show, the Sunday Pivot Podcast. That's where I want to take all this pivot to. I like our morning show because we can talk shit about whatever anybody wants to talk about in the news, right? Hey, Richie Hustles. Hold on, man. Don't leave yet. Okay, fellas, I'm going to run into my daughter's school to bring in her supplies and meet her. Teacher, I'll catch you guys later. Vinny, I'll call you this afternoon. I appreciate it, bro. Call me this afternoon. I need to get this side hustle running, bro. I need to
I send them the info there, Richie, so he knows.
And then and you know, the Sunday at 2:00, ain't nobody working yet. We need to keep that Sunday Pivot Podcast going, bro. You hear me, Eddie? We need to have that Sunday Pivot podcast going, dedicated just to making pivots. Just to making pivots, man. Now I'm gonna be honest with people. I've lost about $400 this week trading. I cannot get focused right now. I cannot get focused, bro. I just can't.
Vinny's
I don't know if I'm having epiphanies and all of that kind of bullshit since all this medical stuff started. But I cannot get focused. But I tell you one thing I am getting focused on, just how much these gig apps are bending everybody over. Even on your best days. You know, you get one or two really good days, and like Eddie had a really good week last week. Right, Eddie? What'd you do? Like $1,900? And you took one day off?
Actually, I broke my 2,000. I broke my 2,000 with the other gig apps that didn't pay at that time. It's just that the delivery app, they pay, but after, because they have to wait, I guess, for the business to pay for the
right.
For, I guess, the commission or whatever it is.
Right. So good morning, fam. What's going on, Goldeneye? Yeah. Okay. So you tapped your 2K, right? I don't know if my market's going to let me do that. I have my truck today, so I plan to hit the road at 1:00 in the afternoon. I have no idea what I'm walking into. Right? I know a lot of drivers come into these channels expecting to find that magic bullet, that magic strategy. I just think all of us are just in completely uncharted waters right now, especially after listening to these earnings calls with these apps. I just think your market is going to be key for everything right now. Your market is your market.
Yeah. So
my market right now is not rolling like Eddie's market. Fort Lauderdale is not rolling like Austin, Texas right now.
Yeah, no, I've been pivoting. To other apps, but that's why, because not I don't want all my money to be coming from just ride sharing. I need to, just in case ride sharing starts like not to work out, because right now I'm just doing X. When I hit the road, I'm X, and I keep lifting my mid tiers, and but I do get a lot of X. I do get a lot of X doing traffic times. That's when I work my way up, because taking those X rides, they're just not worth it. But anything that's like $3, anything that's $3.82 automatically decline.
Invisible River End. So you're ready to try a new way to trade? No, I know how to trade. There's a difference between knowing how to trade and not being focused enough to trade. It's a huge difference. I know how to trade. I mean, I'll put my money on how I trade against anybody. I don't give a shit who you are. I can trade, bro. I done made some bread. Trust me, I done made bread. That's not the point. The point is my mind isn't focused on that right now. And that's not a good way to be. So Golden Knights did 150 in 4 hours. Let me give that man a shout out. That's fantastic, bro. I'm glad you get that bread. Let's see. Thomas is like, I'm ordering a new phone, and all I'm going to do is have it on gig apps. That's going to be my business phone. So that's what I do with this one.
Mm-hmm.
With the Apple phone. And that's always been that was a video idea I wanted to do at one time, but it just didn't seem worthwhile to me. I think they favor the Apple system, the Apple network over the Android network. When it comes to these apps, I really do. They really do. I think they favor the Apple phones, or the Apple ecosystem over the Androids, even though my Android phone, the operating system is twice as good as the Apple system, right? The graphics and everything are twice as good on the Android as the Apple, but yet they still favor the Apple system. I guess because Apple gives away more phones than Android does, or Samsung or whatever. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know Apple, one of the reasons why there's so many Apple phones on the market, because they give them away. They give them away to the phone companies. Phone companies might buy them for half price of what you pay for them. And then the phone companies get their money back by giving it to you in the form of service fees.
Child labor.
You guys know that.
Little people labor.
Yeah.
Midget labor. Sorry.
Let's see what GoldenEye's like. You got to be an asshole out here. They play with your life. Shit ain't played with their business. Yeah, you're right, bro. You're 100% right. There's no magic bullet. There are no ethics right now in the gig economy. And tonight we're going to get into it. But there are no ethics in the gig economy.
You use what you have.
Zero. You guys got to realize we are peasants, bro. These apps are predators right now. They are predators preying on people knowing people are working on. Do you know what both companies said, bro? You know what both companies said in their earnings reports?
Oh, they were making like $50 an hour?
No. Something even worse than that. They said drivers are spending, both companies, both CEOs said the same freaking bullshit line. Drivers are favoring us and they're working 7 to 10% more on our apps. That's because you some bitches are robbing us and taking less money, and we're making less money, so we got to spend more time on the apps. It's like I don't understand. Like, why lie? Why lie? Why don't you tell the truth? I got more respect for somebody if I know. You see, this is going to take us down to politics. That's why I don't mess with nothing from the government, bro.
They don't
tell the truth. Lyft's numbers came in short. They missed by $1 million in revenue, which isn't bad. I thought they were going to miss worse. Their earnings per share was good, 15, 16 cents. That was good.
Yeah, but they
missed on expected revenue by $1 million, which is not a big deal for Lyft because they just barely make $1 billion in revenue, as compared to Uber that makes $9 billion, and Uber missed by $109 million. But it at the same time, like, drivers are the ones getting squeezed, and they're taking advantage of it. Right? We've all talked about it. I know I've talked about it plenty of times. If you're around, if you're someplace where there's 10 other drivers, they're going to play the lowball game until one of you suckers cave in and take that lowball offer. And they're going to keep bouncing it back and forth. That's what happens. Go someplace where there are no drivers, and all of a sudden you're getting your $2 a mile if you're on the XL or above platforms. I just saw it again last night. I see it every time. Every time.
They lie, and then with the stupidity level, and they think we're stupid. They think we're stupid. They really do think this. This is an article, something that was posted by CNN. Amid a surge in crime in Oakland, California, police have advised residents to use their air horns to alert neighbors to intruders and add security bars to their doors and windows.
I saw that yesterday.
And
that was funny.
Honk the horn, you're gonna be okay.
That was funny. That was funny. Yeah, I'm gonna honk my horn.
That's the solution.
I'm gonna honk my horn.
That's the solution. Hey, come to Texas, CNN. We'll show you. You don't need to honk the horn. It's something very loud is gonna scare them, but it's not gonna be a horn now. Okay? It's Harry Potter boomstick. That's what stops crime. Okay? But it's okay. The stupidity level just keeps going. People will catch on, and they're gonna start doing their own thing. And then there's some people out there. It's like, well, if you had your own company, would you hire me? I'm like, probably not. Because of the stupid nonsense that you're actually talking. There was a saying one time that I would be as a boss, and I didn't hire certain people because of certain traits that they have, that I would be discriminating, I think. But the way that I see it is that if you hire somebody because of not because of their belief system, but they're gonna bring in some dirty stuff, like illegal stuff, like the chances of them bringing that stuff into your business are very high, and then you're gonna suffer the consequences. Would you hire them? It's like, wait, is this you on the Antifa video setting a car on fire?
Bro, did you hear what? All right, let me answer GoldenEye's question first, and then I want to get into what you just talked about, because you saw Andy Ngo who was attacked by Antifa, who got the shit beat out of him by Antifa. The judge in Portland or wherever it was sided with Antifa and said it was Andy's fault that he got his ass beat.
Oh, wait, I just had it.
Yeah. So, hey, question is giving out business cards for cash rides against Uber and Lyft policy? Yes. As far as I know, it is. But giving out your business cards so that they can contact you for future rides, because a lot of times, like I know somebody, he'll give out his business cards, but he doesn't do anything on cash. He'll make arrangements and he'll say, okay, once I get there, we'll get on the apps, just hire me off the app and we'll go. To me, that's the smartest way to do it. If you can develop a client base and they're going to use, whether it's Uber or Lyft, and you get the ride anyway, it's the same shit. Only, Uber's going to get a piece of your money, but at least your insurance is covered. So as far as cash rides are concerned, I don't endorse them publicly because, if you don't have the insurance, dude, and something goes south, it could be very bad. Like I noticed Ride VIP, right? He's back now in a Tesla, right? And his last 2 or 3 videos about how he's giving all these cash rides. And I'm like, dude, you realize you're leading drivers down a bad path publicly because he doesn't have commercial insurance. So I'll never tell somebody, hey, you should go do private rides, illegally. But you could give out your business card and they can call you and say it might be an airport run and you meet them there at that morning. You put in a destination filter for wherever they're going and boom, you get the ride. It's the same thing. If they want to cash tip you after that to make up the difference, even better, So it depends on how you look at it, but I won't publicly endorse private rides unless you have the proper licensing and insurance. That's just being honest. And you wouldn't want to talk about that in public anyway, because like somebody's always listening. Yeah, like Nova Dasher. Did you see what happened with Nova Dasher? Did you see his video yesterday? I watch a lot of YouTube, y'all. There's certain people I pay attention to, and certain people I got no love for. They're just a bunch of grifters on YouTube. Nova Dasher, he was the guy's 22,000, 23,000 DoorDash deliveries, and they just up and deactivated his ass one day. It absolutely killed him for a minute. He did over 22 or 23,000 DoorDash orders, bro. Never had a problem. And then they just deactivated him. Well, anyway, after all of these months, somebody finally saw one of his videos where he explained what happened, that DoorDash deactivated him, and they reached out to him. And they say, hey, we want to take care of this. Don't reach out to nobody else. We're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. At the end, they still gave him the same song and dance. If they deactivate you, they don't want you anymore, bro. And they're still telling him to kick rocks, even though he was one of their best DoorDashers. Like, homie was door dashing his ass off, bro.
Whatever you're doing with ride sharing and making money on the side, don't ask, just do it. You're making money on the side. All right. It's just I don't want to. I guess so. Hey, if you can do private rides on the side on top of ride sharing, if you can do ride sharing, but then you can do private rides on the side, go for it. Go for it. At least that way they're not going to rob you, and you can actually be cheaper than Uber and Lyft, and you make more out of it.
Hey man, I like GoldenEye, bro. I like GoldenEye. He's like F DoorDash. And I don't care if they see this ish. I hear you, bro.
When I was with DoorDash, every time I came, and I was hustling it big time. Every time I came really close to getting that $200 bonus, they throttled me. They stopped giving me orders. Every single time. Every single time I was gonna hit that. Because the first when the bonus started, man, I used to hit it as hard as I can, and then at the end I wouldn't have to because all I need is a couple of orders. But that last day, they wouldn't give me orders for the whole entire day.
And it doesn't matter if it's a $20 bonus, $50 bonus, $100 bonus. They do not want to give up that extra money. This is why I say they're predatory. They're predators.
Yeah, always pivot. Okay, and then when there's drivers out there that they're being robbed and all that stuff, help them pivot.
Hey, you ain't lying, GoldenEye. Their AI is a hater. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Of course. That's why I say I'm gonna piss people off tonight. I'm gonna piss people off.
But pivot, always pivot, always pivot. Put
It's
your
it's
money.
you know, it's like I'm having a discussion now, right?
You know how much money I make out of ride sharing? Zero. I don't pocket a cent. The only money that I pocket if I get tips. If I get tips, I put it in my nice little.
Hold on, Eddie. Let me check you there for a minute, though. Let me check you there for a minute because you're ride sharing. Ride sharing has got you to where you are right now.
Well, hold up. Can I finish?
What?
Can
Ride sharing has enabled you to get where you are right now.
But can I finish? I wasn't.
Sure,
finished.
go ahead. Sure, go
All
ahead.
right. All right,
Let's hear the lies.
All right. So with ride sharing, with the money that I make with ride sharing, is zero. Is zero. But the reason why I make is zero is because I take every cent that I make and I reinvest it somewhere else.
Eddie.
I don't pocket any of it.
Eddie.
What?
You would not be sitting right there right now if it wasn't for rideshare.
Okay.
No, I want to hear you say it.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
You're
no.
right.
Say it. Say it. I would not be where I am today right now if I did not do rideshare. What? I can't hear you.
I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for ride sharing.
Thank you.
Correct.
Because we have to acknowledge that. But
Correct.
we have to acknowledge that.
But the money that I make with Uber and Lyft, I do not keep. I reinvest it. So people ask me,
and that's fine. That's awesome. That's what you should be
how much
doing.
money do you make out of it? And I was like, dude, I don't know. I was like, I just work until I make enough money to be able to make that money and reinvest it somewhere else. Okay, and live a life. But as of me going out, having fun and enjoying, this is what I do to enjoy myself. This stuff.
Yeah.
And talking to Vinny and having Vinny hissy fits. We should have a Vinny hissy fit day, right? Well, I can bring an article and I can have Vinny comment on them. Oh.
Y'all just trying to kill me, bro. Y'all want to kill me, bro. Y'all just want to. Y'all want to. Do I got to show you again all these goddamn pills these some bitches got me on now? Look at all these damn things, bro. Oh my god! Thank God my wife gave me her pill box. My wife gave me her old pill box. Listen,
your wife is gonna hate me.
I told somebody last night that I'm about over all this rideshare shit, all the gig apps. It's just not fun anymore. I used to enjoy it, man. I do enjoy it. When I'm busy, I enjoy the shit out of it. I love making the videos. I love showing people what I'm doing, and hopefully it inspires them to do something too. But you can't, right now, you just can't do that in this game. And I'm always going to go back to, and I'm probably going to open up the show tonight will probably get opened up with this little video clip, right? Right? Where Travis Kalanick told that driver in San Francisco, you know, the co-founder of Uber, when he said, well, maybe drivers need to take a little more responsibility for their actions too. He was right. He was right, bro. Travis Kalanick was 100% right in his assessment that night with that driver. Uber didn't force you to go buy a fucking $100,000 car. Uber didn't do that. Uber or Lyft never makes us any guarantees. This is what Jeff's always talking about. Uber Jeep AZ. This is something that Jeff and I could go on for hours about this shit. About how, as individual business owners, which is us, the peasants, the kings, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, these fuckers ain't promising us nothing. These gig tubers out here, these YouTubers, they ain't promising you nothing. They're just playing on your goddamn emotions. Y'all wanted your fucking rant. Here comes your fucking rant.
Yeah, but see, like to get to Richard's comments, like, yeah, Richard, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But there is a lot of drivers out there that try to make a career out of ride sharing.
Well, that's what I was just trying to get into.
How they got to ride sharing in the first place is because they needed something. I was like, dude, and a lot of people get in it because of desperation. I got into ride sharing because I was just desperate. But I knew that if I didn't do something with the money, then I was just gonna end up being in the same freaking cycle that we keep going into.
And that's what happens. That's what happens. People get into this right now. They're into it right now because they're desperate. They need that second job or that third job. I cut into a dude last night when I got off work and I was on my way home. I stopped at Wawa, right? And the guy at the counter, I asked her, "Hey, bro, what's going on? How you doing?" He was like, "Man, this is my second job. I'm almost done." He said, "But bro, I'm working 2 jobs." You know, so many people are working, bro. It's how much more work can a person do? And see, here's another little tidbit. Like I said, Travis was 100% correct, bro. If you're stuck in ride sharing, it's your fault. If you're not doing something to work your way, listen, bad shit's going to happen. Trust me, I am the poster child of everything could be going right, and then you get punched in the fucking face. And Eddie, you know me pretty good. Richard Berger out there. Richie knows me pretty good, right? When did I get punched in the face, Eddie? This summer. I had a whole game plan. You knew my game plan. Richie knew my game plan. But when Hurt started that bullshit with the rental,
oh yeah,
everything's gone south since then. Everything has gone south since then. Everything has gone south since then.
So
did I do anything to cause that? No. I'm the poster child of whatever the fuck is going to happen is going to happen. I'm Murphy's Law. Ah!
Yeah. And then, and if, you know, people ask me how many hours I work, as many as it takes.
As many as it fucking takes.
Like, I just need the money. That's it. That's why I stay positive. I just need the money because I know where it's going to. I know where it's going to. I don't know. I think I need to make my fetuses a little smaller than this for beginners. You know,
bro. That we know where that's going later.
All right,
we know where you're going to put that later. We already know. It's okay.
See, and another thing that I want.
We already know, Eddie, where you're going to put that later. We already know.
Sure.
That's why you made it. That's why you made it so sleek.
You keep talking this stuff. Okay, I'm going to kick you out of my OnlyFans account. All right. I'm not going to
let me help you.
And I'm not going to give you those private chats anymore. Yeah. Hey, you know. Yeah, he put himself in timeout because he knows it's true. OnlyFans. But what I wanted to get into is that, like I told Vinny a long time ago, I like doing these live shows because we get to network. But Richie, he's not here. I know he's gone. But Richie gave us a really good idea that I never even knew freaking existed.
Well, let's talk about that on Sunday. Sunday, you got to join in for the Sunday pop.
I talked about it when you weren't here that day.
I don't care. We're going to talk about it Sunday. Yeah. We're going to talk about it Sunday. We're going to show people how to do it. And if they want to get into it, then, hey, we can do what we got to do.
Yeah, Vinny, Eddie. By the way, Invisible. Yeah, I thought about that. You know, Vinny's got like 2 cartoon faces of us. I was like, I wonder if I can make it 2 3D model like bobbleheads of Eddie and Vinny in the mornings. I could actually put behind me, put on my desk.
That guy hooked you up, but that guy did me bad.
What guy?
He did you good. He did me bad. But, you know, the more I think about it, like I'm getting old, man. I'll be 55. Bro, I will be 55 years old on – hold on. I'll tell you right now, bro. I got a birthday coming up.
Remember what they're saying. The moment you stop working, that's when you start dying.
Tuesday, baby. Tuesday. I'm going to hit big 5. I'm going to hit double nickels on Tuesday, bro.
Yeah, the 15th, right?
Huh?
The 15th. Right?
Yeah, the 15th, bro. On Tuesday, I'm going to be 55.
It says right there, Vinny's birthday.
55, dog. Eddie's OnlyFans is blowing in the ring when he's
halfway there. You're only halfway there. Okay, don't say.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so.
Like, all you need to do is just keep doing those exercises, push-ups and stuff. I got mine going. Man, I still have to record the video of my results so far.
Melvin's like, Eddie, show us how to make money on the OnlyFans.
Hey, that's like so easy. I mean, if you think like talking stupid stuff on YouTube is easy money, then I mean I'm not gonna say you're gonna make a lot, you know, but I can't believe actually people pay. You know, I started getting when I was doing my driving in style. I started paying. That was not my intention. You know, my intention of YouTube channel was to piss people off. That was the whole idea. I swear to God. That was the whole idea. Piss people off. Facebook group, and I was asking for advice because I was making $2,000 a week, and I wanted to know if this was just temporary. It was the season because it was during the lockdowns. So you know, I'm going out there, and I'm making all this money, and it happens to be. So I thought it was just because of the pandemic. you know. So I was asking for advice in a private Facebook group, and then I was being attacked left and right. And then, you know, me with my stupid attitude, I kept posting my income, and I was like, hey, you know, okay, I made this much this week, because people kept saying that, oh, it's only temporary, it's not going to last that long, you're showing off, whatever, and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, and they kept going at it, and I was like, okay, you think that's bad? Me posting, he said, you should watch this guy on YouTube channel. Not only is he saying how much money he's making, but he's actually showing people how to actually do it. He's like, oh, stop doing that, because you're going to bring people from other states and all this stuff. And I was like, dude, you know how many people are losing their jobs and hitting the streets and committing crimes because they ain't got no choice, let alone how many people committed suicide because they had businesses. They had businesses, but they weren't making any money, and like they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. So that's why I started doing it, you know, trying to help people out. And then I was getting criticized for that too. And that's why whenever somebody makes a negative comment on my channel, that what I'm doing is I am attracting people from other wherever places, makes it even worse. But this whole politics thing that's going on right now, shit. You know what? I'm going to show you a little meme right now, because even birds know what the hell is going on.
Bro, you want to talk about that? Take a sandwich and leave. What the fuck? What? No way. No way. Seagull flew in, grabbing a sandwich. That some bitch walking to the door. That's crazy, bro.
See what happened? California, you teach even the freaking animals how to do this stuff.
It's insanity, bro.
I bet you that was under $950. I bet you they ain't gonna prosecute that bird.
Of course not.
They might even take it as a pet. Shit, they might even train you to keep doing it again.
Of course not. Bro, Thomas says, I'll be 50 at the end of the year, Vinny, but 55 is godlike achievement. Bro, it's by the goddamn grace of God, I'm even here. And I mean that way before 3 weeks ago. Yes, sir. So hold on. Somebody, Silver Fox, said something, and I wanted to get back to this. He says, this is why he's so hesitant to buy a Tesla.
Yeah.
I am 100% all in, still going to buy this Tesla. I just got to get it caught up now on a couple of things before I pull that trigger, because that 3 weeks really, bro, 3 weeks is a lot. You got to think about it. That's between $2,500 and $3,500 I lost. So it messed up some plans, but that's okay, because I'm gonna get it anyway. I always get it back. But what I'm saying
is the money that you save on the Tesla. It's the amount of money that you save.
Well, but here's the thing. Yeah, but you still got to be in a position to make sure that, I've always said, you got to be able to pay for the Tesla or to pay for the car. I've got other things besides rideshare tied up with this Tesla. It's not just about rideshare for me. There's other things I want to do with this Tesla, right? A lot of other things. But for me, if it was strictly for rideshare, I'd still, the pivot is down to a Tesla. I still think you make out at the end of the year so much better, especially the first year. First year, you really make out because you get that $7,500 tax credit. You know, you get that $7,500 tax credit right off the rip.
Make sure that you have $7,500 to be able to deduct.
Either way, you get that rip. So you're not going to pay shit that first year. Nothing.
Yeah, the expenses on it. Again, I love my Tesla. The reason for the XT6 is because the XT6 has more rooms and I can do more with it. That's why I'm able to do the other apps, because I have more room. So they give me jobs that are just with more money. I can't do that with a damn Tesla. It's a 5-seater. I can't do that. And then the Y at that time was more expensive, so I couldn't even use that.
What and you know what? Nick Hummer just said something that's pretty true too. Wait until the end of the quarter, because as they roll out these newer the updates on the Teslas, the actual physical Model 3s, Model Ys already have it. The Model 3s, though, maybe the older Model 3s will even come in even cheaper. It just won't have the new the Highland upgrade. They won't have the Highland upgrade.
They all have the tech in it. It's
Yeah,
just
but
it's
the Highland upgrade is a different. The Highland upgrade is a different thing. It's something completely different.
what do you mean the
So
Highland?
there's a new upgrade. There's they've rebuilt the Model 3 with cameras, certain shapes, certain things they're doing. They're physical things, not just software based.
Oh, you're talking about the new model that's actually coming out. The whole
That's what I just, bro. That's what I just said. It's called the
Front.
Highland. It's called the Highland upgrade. Yeah. So anyway, Invisible Riverhand says the extra dollar. The extra dollar is irrelevant, right? They've already attempted to prove that you're not getting a full dollar anyway. You're getting 80 cents on the dollar. What are you going to do? Like I said, if you're going to stay with these gigs, bro, I ain't seen nobody bitch up about owning a Tesla yet and thinking it was a bad decision to do rideshare or these gig apps with. I ain't seen nobody complain yet. If they are complaining, they're doing it because they're grifting and they're trying to get views. That's the only reason.
I've even seen people that are actually buying even old Teslas with like almost 100,000 miles on them, and they just keep going.
Vinny, using anyone's referral code will now save you a further $500 on the Tesla. Commuter, I still got your code somewhere. It's in my email. You were the first one to send me a code. Even before Eddie here, Eddie didn't send me shit.
Oh,
He was like, no, I'm going to get a Tesla before you.
There was no test. There was no code for me. They removed the codes after they removed the benefits after that guy ended up getting like 3 roasters. No, yeah, I think it was 3 roasters because people kept using his code, and they had to give him 3 roasters. So they removed it after that.
Well, that's what they do, right? After they get,
and then they changed it to getting 1,000 unlimited mileage. But then a whole bunch of people were getting unlimited mileage.
Listen, like I said, I still think if you're going to be in the rideshare game, if you're going to be in the gig app game, delivering or whatever, Tesla is still the way to go. In the long run, in the short run, it's still the way to go. It's a tool, y'all. It's not a life. Well, with Tesla, it is a lifestyle also, but the same could be said for Apple phones. The Apple ecosystem, it's a lifestyle. It's a cult. Tesla's no different. Tesla's the same shit. And I don't care how many more electric cars they offer and put on the road, they're still not going to be a Tesla. They're not going to be a Tesla. So
these are your used Teslas here. They're pretty cheap. They come directly from Tesla. 51. Let me see, 39, 52.
Yep.
You know, the mileage on them, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter.
Only with the warranty.
You know, the mileage, your warranty lasts about 100,000 miles on them, but they last so much longer than that.
So,
yeah,
the comer's like, yeah, I can only use 5 referrals per year. After that, no more goodies. So yeah, I mean, I don't know when it's going to be. I'm praying like hell I can do this by the end of the month. I'm praying. I mean,
make sure if you're gonna favor electric, just favor Tesla for now. You know, you got.
I wouldn't go no other way. I wouldn't go no other way.
That's the reason. The reason why they're cheaper. These other companies is for a good reason. Look at what Ford Lightning did. They cut off 10 grand off their truck.
Well, but
the Lightning truck to bring it under.
Yeah, but their electric vehicle division is losing $1.2 billion already anyway. So can nobody afford this shit? There's no ease or convenience. There's no convenience to buying an electric car outside of a Tesla. Where's the convenience? Good friend of mine, Francine and her dad, right? David, right? Those are very, very good friends of mine. Remember, Eddie, I sent you a picture when I took them to go pick up their Tesla a couple months ago. Right? They've had some unfortunate situations, right? And the mom passed away. God bless her. Carol was a sweetheart, man. She really was. She was a sweetheart. But they're on their first road trip and their Tesla Model Y this weekend. And I'm following along on Instagram with them. I don't get on IG much, but I'm following along their road trip. They drove from here. They only live like 10 blocks north of me. And they just drove to Daytona. Now they're big Disney fans. They're in Disney. They're doing their deal, bro. I can't wait to join the Tesla family, bro. I'm telling you, I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, look at what Raymond said. Raymond, yeah, I agree. Listen, we truly, it's not like that we believe in Tesla uh, um, because it's a nice car, but it's because of the reliability. This is why in the beginning he didn't advertise. Now he's going to be advertising on Twitter. But the reason why he didn't advertise because he was getting the best advertisement ever, which was through public opinion.
Right.
There was nothing bad. There was really nothing bad about the car. And then when you start comparing these electric the Teslas to all the cars, all the car manufacturers, well, they suck. All these other Tesla is like the best right now. Not only that, how long has GM and Ford have been around? And they haven't built an electric car yet.
That's worth a damn.
That's right. And then when you buy your new car, you're always going back to the shop because some dumbass sensor came off, and now you got a guy that got sick and tired. You got a guy that got sick and tired of all these damn companies being around for almost 100 years or more than 100 years for some companies, and they can't build a damn reliable car. It's like, boom, there you go. You know what? Tesla came along. Boom, there you go.
You want to straighten out Invisible here, or should I? You want to straighten him out with this comment, or do you want me to do it?
Invisible, hold on.
Invisible, I want you to go grab your Google, and I want you to Google this query. I have a question I want you to ask Google. And if you're honest with me, which I know you're going to be honest with me, I want you to answer the question and put it in the chat. What is the top 3 most American-made cars right now in the United States? What is the top 3 most American-made cars in the United States? I'll wait. I'm going to go refill my iced tea. But I'll wait. Answer that one there, buddy.
Yeah. So, and there is also the Tesla battery factory that's being built here. So it's going to be made here using our minerals for the Nevada, the mining place that he bought over in Nevada. And then he's going to mine everything there. And guess what he's going to be using? Well, and then he's going to make sure that he puts a camera there to make sure there is no kids in the mine. Okay, and there's a big thing with the bots, with the Tesla bots. He wants to be able to use the bots for those mines too. So let's see how it goes.
Listen, and I just want to be clear about this. Like I really do want to be clear about this. The Tesla is a tool. What do? We use these vehicles as tools. We're not using them for our pleasure. These are tools. My Cadillac XT6 is a tool. It serves a purpose.
So if you don't put 100 miles today because it's too many miles that you put, you're going to end up putting it on it tomorrow. So it's
a tool. So why not use the best tools available? Right? Why not use the best tools available? That's it. That's all it is. It's just a tool. And as a driver that needs to pivot down because we don't ever get a raise. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Nobody in no gig app has ever gotten a raise. I'll wait. I want one person to tell me, "Ooh, they gave me a raise." DoorDash, Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft, deliver that, whatever, Gomo, whatever. I want to see who got a raise. Nobody got a raise, bro. Nobody's ever gotten a fucking raise. Rates always go down. They never go up. Ever. They never go up. So you need a tool to be in this game that's going to maximize whatever you can maximize. You're already burning up the fucking cars. I can show you my CTS downstairs. I burnt that bitch up. For what?
If you don't do it today, you're going to end up doing it tomorrow. And then if the car blows up, you go out and get another one. I don't have the money to get another one. Go to the rental.
Design and made in China is still communism. Invisible, you just trying to get me started. It's not going to happen today, bro. Not going to happen today, sir. Yeah, Tesla owns, because I know he didn't do his homework. I know he didn't query Google to find out what the hell the answer to the question was. Your number one, number two, and number three most made cars, most American made cars right now are the Model 3, the Model Y, and the Model S. There it is. GM and Ford aren't even in the top 10.
People are ditching GM and Ford.
They're not even in the top 10 as most American made cars.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear about American made anymore because that's some bullshit too.
It is, yeah.
It's not American made. It's everybody else made but America.
It's whatever you
If
do.
it's made in Mexico or if it's made in Canada, it ain't fucking American made. That's all I'm saying. If all your parts are coming from China, it's not American made. Why can't they make those same relays? They used to make those same relays here in the States. Why can't they make them now?
Yeah,
They used to make all those parts right here in America. They don't do it anymore.
We are going to be, and like I said, once they start building those the Tesla battery factory here, then they're going to start ramping up batteries, and it's going to be made here, and then you're going to see those in our cars.
It's wacky.
And I bet you all these companies with EVs and stuff, what do you think they're going to be buying their batteries from?
Eddie, it's the cobalt mines of the Democratic Republic of Congo that are alleged to use child labor. Lithium is mined in the USA, Australia, and Chile. Lithium salts are pumped out as brine and dried out. I can't speak to that because I never got that deep into it.
Yeah, correct.
Because if that's the case, everybody that's on a computer right now needs to just take their computer and a baseball bat and smash the shit out of it.
I think computer.
Every single Apple phone user, every single Google phone user, every single Samsung phone user, just take your shit and smash it. Take your TVs and smash them because we're all hypocrites if we're going to do all that. If we're going to start saying all that, we're all fucking hypocrites.
I think what he's talking about is when you left, I was explaining that he got the mine in Nevada, and he said that he was going to have a camera on the mine to make sure that there's no kids in there, and if they see kids in there, to let them know.
Yeah, but you know what? He should have been doing that from the get-go.
Yeah, well, I didn't think he thought he was going to be getting this big. I mean, he was very close to losing both companies at one time.
No. And I get that, but if you're aware that there's child labor and suffering. Oh yeah, and by the way, take off your Nikes, throw your fucking Nikes in the garbage. Nike's one of the biggest abusers of child labor and slave labor. Nike. But y'all still put on your fucking Nikes every day. I haven't owned a pair of Nikes in 5 years, 6 years. But they still, everybody can be a hypocrite to a point. You know what I mean? Everybody can be a hypocrite to a point.
Yeah, I know. But the only guy that I believe that it looks like, I'm not gonna say that he is, but I've said that the only guy that it looks like that's actually trying to do something about it, it's him. Okay. With building the rockets and stuff. No, in the beginning when he said he was building his rockets, he wanted to take his engines and he wants to make them commercialized, so they can be used commercially. His engines. And right. he's gonna be the only supplier of it. Why is he gonna be the only supplier of it? It's because he's the freaking one that designed it. He had to his Tesla factories. All the machines that make the cars, they're all designed by his team. They're not designed by nobody else. They're designed by his own team. So and then that's how they're able to make the car. The freaking Cybertruck, it is freaking like almost like 3D printed, right?
Right.
They just take a big sheet of metal and they go, and then they just fold it.
Melvin says his was made in Texas. Invisible is like, well, China parts assembled in the USA is still a China product. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I don't.
Wait, hold on. How did you get yours from Texas?
There's a gigafactory in Texas. What are you talking about?
No, I know there's a gigafactory in Texas, but they won't tell you where the car is coming from. Because if I was to buy a car and I knew it was going from the California factory, I wouldn't want it. Because of the paint.
What's wrong with the paint?
So, Raymond, yeah, Remy, you should know about this one. But the paint quality in Cali, it sucks. This is why people wrap their Teslas. Is because there is, I guess, an environmental law where they can't use that much paint with the Teslas. So they only use really thin coat. So when a rock hits the car, it
It
scratches
chips out pretty bad.
Yeah, and it chips the paint, but like right down to the metal, and that's why people usually wrap their cars in the front. But I've asked, I was like, well, is it coming? Is it coming from anywhere else besides California? It's like, oh, we can't tell you that because people are gonna cancel their orders. People send their cars back if there's a misalignment. There's some people that know about Tesla, so if you was to get your Tesla, check all the alignment on it, on all the panels. If they're off, send it back.
Well, when Francine and David got their Tesla and I went with them, I looked around the car myself, and two things stuck out to me, bro. Like, I never thought to look around. I've had plenty of fucking cars, right? Plenty of new cars. I never thought to walk around and look to see if the hood was aligned or the trunk was aligned or the doors were aligned. I never thought about that, right? But after I went and started looking at my car, and I was like, oh shit, my Cadillac's got some panel flaws in it too. It ain't ever been in no accident. But GM, my Cadillac has some panels that are off that came from the factory like that could be adjusted. And then the paint is, the other thing I'm looking at, swirls and all of that kind of shit. But every car's got an issue, man.
Yeah, correct.
None of these cars.
If they scratch easily, do it like so.
Well, I'm sure they do. The driven dad is like, I put my 6 kids to labor on sewing machines for our clothing. Hey, bro, you got a built-in basketball team there, built-in dishwashers. That's good for the kids to know. They need to know that, Man, we're going to have excessive heat warning again here in South Florida from 11 a.m. starting right now till 7 o'clock tonight. Oh, while we're at it, bro, because it's almost time. Let's do one more breaking news.
Breaking news.
Weather report in Denver looking like Florida with winter-like temperatures. Back to you, Vinny.
So I'm just looking at our weather report, and I haven't done a global weather report in a minute. Let's bring one up, Eddie. Let's bring one up, bro. Let me bring up one today. Let me bring up one for you on the weather. On the weather, look at South Florida, bro. We're in there. We're in it. We're in it, bro. We're in it. Let's go to the radar, y'all. Let's go to the radar. Now, what's going to happen at 3 o'clock? All of this is going to get fired up again with storm. Bro, we've been getting banged out every single afternoon. Typical South Florida weather pattern. See, nothing. There it goes. Look at that. Look at that. There's Tampa up here. There's Tampa up there, y'all. Here's Fort Lauderdale. All of this will get here, and then just boom, it's just going to explode over us today. So let's see what the temperatures look like around the country. There's 92 degrees. Let me get to Panama real quick for Dr. C. There's Panama, 87 degrees.
Damn.
87 in Panama, which is pretty surprising considering they're right along the equator there, right? You can see the equator. Woo, right through there. Fucking Africa's on fire today, bro. 107, 114 in God dang. Saudi Arabia.
Us right now.
Saudi Arabia, 106. Kuwait today, 109. Iraq, 103. Yeah, fuck that place. All right, let's get in. Let's see what it's like in Texas, man.
It's
Oh,
like
y'all gonna have a cool day today.
Yeah, it's 83 right now. Shortly after that,
there's San Antonio, 93 degrees. Where's Austin? Where's my
come up to Austin there, Mel.
I'm sorry. Here's Austin, 90 degrees. San Antonio, 89. Austin, 90. Let's see where else we got. Let's get up into Denver. Denver's at 70 degrees. I don't know what they're complaining about.
I was thinking of bringing, Melvin wanted to do a weather report, and when it hits us 100 and something, just go up to the nearest rock and see if we can cook some eggs.
I'm telling you, bro. Anything over 100, that egg will fry. Oh man, look at that. Denver, Colorado Springs, 67 degrees today. Look at that. All this down here, bro. All this is Fort Carson. All this is a gun range, tank ranges. That's where we trained. Anyway, let's see. Let's check out Arizona, where Jeff is at 92 out in Phoenix today. Not bad so far, but it's only what? 7 o'clock there? Was it 8 o'clock there?
What is 10 here? 10, about 8 o'clock, I think.
9 a.m. or it's either no, it says 9 a.m. here. 11. They're only 2 hours. I thought they were 3. Let's check out Vegas.
But if it doesn't stay hot, then this whole global warming thing is going to go away. It's not going to be news anymore.
Bro, where was it? Oh my God, there's a place that snowed in Italy. Was it Italy?
I don't know.
You got a blizzard going on right now.
I saw a report on it.
There's a blizzard going on. LA. What's going on in LA? San Diego, 71 degrees. There's Long Beach, LA, 72 degrees. So, yeah, weather don't look that bad, y'all. Let's see who's going to get some rain today. We'll check out the rain. Yeah, it just looks like us going to get the rain today in Florida. Probably get some tornadoes coming through St. Louis, Memphis, right through Missouri and Tennessee. Other than that, yep, Dallas ain't getting no rain. All right, so there you go. There's your weather report, y'all. There's the weather report. Yeah, now it's climate change. I hear you, bro. So, yeah, but you realize, Nick Hummer, even though the waters are hot, it's not like it's not unheard of. So when they whip up, we might get some strong hurricanes. It's been a while since we've had strong hurricanes. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. It'll be interesting. All right, y'all. Eddie, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. We'll do it again tomorrow, the last day of the week. All right. And
Sorry to disappoint y'all on the rant, but I would hope you guys tune in tonight. Because I want to get in. I really want to get into some shit tonight.
That is definitely not a rant. Definitely not a rant.
Nah, no rants today, bro. No rants today. Okay. So we see y'all tonight, 9 p.m.
I do have a funny one. So funny video here at the end. So
all right. So we're gonna play the song. We're gonna get out of here. You guys make sure you watch the video because Eddie comes up with some bangers, bro. And there we go. The fuck?